Tough times in Georgia, too, where hospitals there are quickly nearing capacity. Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms just issued an executive order requiring face masks in public spaces. Earlier this week, she revealed that she tested positive for COVID-19, but she also says she has no symptoms. She joins us from her home in Atlanta, where she is quarantining. Good morning to you, Mayor Bottoms. It's very good to see you this morning. We should say this. When you announced your diagnosis, it got a lot of attention. Good morning. Got a lot of attention, first because, of course, you're the mayor. Second, you had no symptoms. And you said that you and your family had been so vigilant and so diligent about following the rules. It affected your husband, one of your children. Your other two were getting tested. How did that turn out for them?
Well, actually, the other three were tested, and thankfully they are all negative, Gail. But like so many people across America, we had an asymptomatic child in our house, and we didn't know it. And had we received our earlier test results back sooner, test results that I only took because I had attended a funeral and just decided to get the entire family tested. Had we received those sooner, we would have known that we had an asymptomatic child in the house. But by the time we were tested again, then three of us had tested positive. And that's the story that's happening across this country. And it's the reason we can't get to the other side of this crisis.
Yes, it's been reported, Mayor, that you had delays in getting your results, which is scary to me because you're the mayor. You would think if anybody would get, I don't want to say special treatment, but if anybody could get their results back quickly, it would have been you. What does that say about testing in your state?
That our testing system is failing. It took me 8 days to get our test results back. Wow. And again, at that point, one person in the house was positive. And this is the reason this virus is continuing to spread. This is the reason that people are inadvertently putting people in harm's way. And it is extremely frustrating. It's disappointing. There's so many countries across the globe who've somehow been able to perfect testing and contact tracing. And yet again, we are still failing in this country, and specifically in the state of Georgia.
Well, all of the top experts, as we know, say, everybody, please wear your mask. I've even heard people say, wear your damn mask, for emphasis. And so you've issued an executive order in Atlanta saying, in our city, you're going to wear your mask. Your governor, on the other hand, has said that's not enforceable. He doesn't seem to be supporting you on this. How are you navigating that in the relationship between the two of you?
Well, Gail, this is the same governor who thought that it was a good idea for our state to open up with business as usual when we were not trending downward with our COVID numbers. So right now we have hospitals that are reaching capacity. Our major trauma center, Grady Hospital, is seeing more COVID patients than it saw in April. And so I have to do what I am charged to do, and that is to make the best decisions on behalf of the people of Atlanta. And so we're pushing forward, and other mayors across the state have done the same thing. Mayor Johnson in Savannah did it. I believe Mayor Davis in Augusta. And so this is happening throughout the state. So the governor really seems to be the only elected official, one of the few in this state, who doesn't think that mandating masks are a good idea.
You know, President Trump is heading your way, heading to Atlanta next week. Do you plan to meet with him? And if so, what is your message to him? What do you want him to know about your city?
Well, I doubt that he wants to meet with me, and the feeling is mutual. But what I want President Trump to do is lead. It's just that simple. He is making an already bad situation worse. We are seeing challenges throughout our cities, including challenges with testing. If he would allow the experts to do their job, then I think that lives could be saved across this country. But he's silencing the scientists. He's silencing Dr. Fauci. He's interfering with guidelines coming out of the CDC, and it's costing people's lives. We just simply want him to allow us to live. Give us an opportunity to receive the most unbiased scientific information on COVID, and he continues to interfere with that.
You know, Mayor Bottoms, you were sworn in as mayor in 2018, but you gained a lot of national attention earlier this year because you gave such an impassioned plea to your city the first week of the protesters. I remember so clearly where you're saying, a protest, you need a plan. You said your 18-year-old son was out. You called him and said, where are you? Your pain and your love and your strength for the city was so palpable to me and many people who are watching you. So I'm wondering how you're navigating this. You have mama bear tendencies that come out. You were very upset when a young girl was killed in your city recently. So I'm wondering how you're navigating. You're a mayor, you're a mother of 4, you're a wife, your husband also was affected by COVID, he was affected greatly. How are you navigating all of these roles?
Gail, I take it one day at a time, and there's some days as of late that I simply take it 1 hour at a time and just make the best decisions that I can possibly make. And part of that means that I have to speak my truth. And my truth is that I do have concerns as a mother. Specifically, I have 4 children, 3 of whom are African-American boys. So I understand the frustration, the fears, and even the anger that so many people are feeling, but I also have this responsibility to lead our city. And this is a very challenging time for our city, and we're seeing it happen across the country. But I think there are 2 things we have to do. One, we've got to deal with the immediate issues that are before us. And then we have to continue to fight and push to address these systemic issues that are causing disparities in healthcare and causing people to go into the streets and express their anger in a violent way.
Mayor, it's been widely reported and well known that you appear to be on Joe Biden's short list for a vice presidential candidate, and you were asked recently, are you ready? And you said yes. Unequivocally, you did not stutter, you did not stammer, you did not hesitate. What makes you so confident? I realize you're not courting the position, I get it, you already have a big job, but what makes you so confident that you'd be a good candidate for him?
Well, Gail, there's a saying, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And as mayor, you have to stay ready because you are faced with any number of challenges every day. I've served in 3 branches of government. I've served as a judge, I've served as a legislator, and now as an executive, as mayor. And the challenges that we face and deal with in Atlanta every day really represent the challenges that are happening across this country, especially in this moment in time. And so I'm a leader. And I believe that when you are searching for a vice presidential candidate, you need someone who's able to lead in a crisis. That being said, I want Joe Biden to put on that ticket whomever it is he thinks will help him beat Donald Trump in November, because we cannot take 4 additional years of what we dealt with in this country.
All right, Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, I hope you feel as good as you look. We're sorry about the diagnosis, but do you feel okay right now?
I do, just allergy symptoms. I actually slept for a very long time yesterday, which is unusual, but I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
Well, I admire that you can sleep. I'm a little jealous about that, but thank you very much. I know you got a lot on your plate. Thank you for taking the time.